that's like I was saying, allows them to be uh, give them that super speed. Again, like I said, the power stones get absorbed when they decide to go the incredible power route. The power stones, when they connect them, get absorbed into both Sonic and Sally, and it transfers Sonic's power of speed and all that, and a bit of his personality, and I'll get to that in a second, into Sally, and thus turns them into super versions of themselves. Now, they don't change color or anything like, Sonic does in the game when he becomes Super Sonic. They just have this big old glow aura around them, and they just take off at supersonic speed, and that allows them, as they're just running all over. I mean, they're just running, flying, whatever you want to call it, all over the Doomsday Machine. Causing it to explode, self-destruct. Now, while this is happening, everybody's finding a way to escape. Obviously, uh, when they're speeding around, destroying the machine, Sonic and Sally are able to unlock the cells, I guess, that the friends are in. So everybody else is able to escape. Robotnik basically decides, hey, it's every man for themselves. He takes one of the ships, one of the pod ships, that obviously can fit two people. He decides, hey, it's only room for one, wants to leave Snively behind because, obviously, of course, he's only out for himself. But this is what kind of gives you an idea that we were going to probably get something more. Snively basically says, hey, you don't give me enough credit, Julian, and uses something that I don't think that Robotnik knew about, uses his own escape methods out of the Doomsday Machine. So, anyway, what Sonic and Sally, with the help of the Deep Power Stones, do is they end up destroying the Doomsday Machine. It causes a rift, from what we understand from Ben-Hur, it causes a rift to open temporarily, a temporal rift to the void, which allows Nagas to have enough power to pull Robotnik in. From what Ben-Hur has told us in some interviews, it allows Robotnik to get pulled into the void by Nagas. So anyway, they succeed in destroying the Doomsday Machine. They kind of float over to a cliff, celebrate a little bit, and when they give each other a high five, Sally's kind of impressed by that, by basically saying that, hey, if a high five can do this, could do that, with the help of this power, this incredible power we have, temporarily. She wonders, okay, if a high five could do that, what happens with a kiss? And then with a kiss, and then Sonic's like, whoa, I don't think I want to find out of here. So he takes off. She chases after him, kind of flying towards him, thanks to the help of the deep power stones and all that, or kind of leaping real high towards him, kind of trying to chase him and all that. And that kind of, like I just mentioned, that kind of shows you that the deep power stones transferred not only Sonic's power and speed into her, but also transferred a bit of his personality, because that's something you think Sonic would want to do and not Sally. You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, they do celebrate. They do confess the love for each other, and they still have the deep power stones within them, because they obviously, when they kiss at the end and confess their love for each other, they glow again. They kind of glow because they have this purple glow that's around them afterwards, and it comes back at the end. But it's a little bit more. It's not purple, but it's kind of more like silver-wise. And as they kiss and everything, some fireworks come up and everything, and that's the end of the celebration. But then again, it's not the end of the episode, because at the end of the episode, Snively emerges out of the rubble, out of the escape elevator that he has or whatever. And is happy at the fact that, okay, Sonic beat his uncle, beat Robotnik, but now says, hey, it's my turn. He's basically dressed similar to Robotnik, different colors though, but he says, hey, now it's my turn, and says he's not alone, and then we see these two glowing eyes, almost red Sonic-like eyes, in the background as the episode ends, which made a lot of fans curious as to who that could be. They made them curious as to who it could be, and a lot of fans speculated it could be Knuckles. Some speculated it could be Metal Sonic. But Ben Hurst basically said no, those eyes actually belong to Nagas. Now, some have speculated that the only reason Ben has said it belonged to Nagas is because, yes, Nagas was going to be the main villain in the third season. But also a way to throw them off and kind of surprise them, which is kind of the writer's job. Hey, let's surprise them, make them think one thing, and then do another. Just common sense. But anyway, yeah, that ended Doomsday, and to tell you, I know this is a two-part video, but that's how good Doomsday was. That's how good of a unexpected, because that's what it was, unexpected series finale it was. It was just really good. I mean, the fact that you used one season and a majority of the episodes, or certain key episodes in that season to build up to this, is saying something. And then to suggest that you're going to build off of the momentum you have towards another season, which never materialized, definitely shows that you did something right. That you basically had all the right pieces connected, all the right pieces of the puzzle connected. And what more can be said about Doomsday Project except it's something you have to see to believe. It's something you have to watch. It's something you have to really sit down and enjoy. I've even had my nephew, who's going into the Navy in 2 months. He said that this episode was probably the best one he's ever seen out of any show, because it's that good. Because everything just built up to it. I mean, if you watch the series, you watch the season, it builds up to this in certain key episodes. A majority of the key episodes have key elements that help build up to it, and there are certain key episodes, especially towards the end, that build up to it. And again, it allows Robotnik to actually shine a little bit by showing that, hey, I'm going to take what the freedom fighters have been doing to me and turn it around on them. I'm going to make them think it's going to be a certain week, but I'm going to make it the week before. Whether you like Robotnik or not, it made him look like once again, made him look like a legitimate threat, a legitimate badass, made him look like the genius he proclaims himself to be, to the point that he causes the freedom fighters to have to come up with a contingency plan, kind of a backup plan, and if you will, or kind of like I say, a contingency plan or a backup plan, or basically a last-minute plan, if you will, because he's basically said, because basically here they realized they just got outsmarted, that Robotnik was ready for them. So, again, that's what makes this episode so good, and that's itself, with this one episode, encompasses, sorry if I pronounced that word wrong, but encompasses how good the series was overall. I mean, just the fact that you take this one episode towards the end in your second season and everything just clicks with it, shows you that you did the right thing. You did a good job. That you found the right pieces to the puzzle. You found the right pieces necessary to put together and put something together that people have enjoyed and still talk about and still fans of to this very day. I mean, even the episodes that connect towards it are good. I mean, you take The Void, for example, which gives us is sort of a prelude to Doomsday. Gives us the information, the idea that Doomsday is coming. The fact that we get the list of freedom fighters finally that was mentioned in Game Guide. I mean, everything just clicked. It just worked. Like they say, the stars were aligned for this. And then the episodes leading up to Doomsday, which were part of what I like to call the Doomsday Saga, or the Doomsday movie, were just as good. Cry of the Wolf, good. Broodhedge, good. Great character development. Finally seeing the evolution of Tails. Spyhog, good, because it allowed things to come full circle there from Sonic conversion and made the Freedom Fighters and Uncle Chuck realize that if he's going to stay there, he's got to do more than just be himself. he's got to basically now be under a disguise, a legit disguise, to help his nephew and the freedom and Sally and the freedom fighters out. I mean, everything was just good. I mean, Cry the Wolf. Every episode that was part of the Doomsday saga or the Doomsday movie was good. I mean, you want to know how good? You want to know why I consider it a saga or a movie when you connect Doomsday along with the 3 episodes that led up to it? It's because every episode was like right after the other. It's like you could fade to black, here's the next scene, in which is another episode. You could fade to black at the end of one episode, go to the next one. It's that good. To me, everything just clicked. Like I said, I know I sound like a broken record saying, but everything just clicked from episode to episode to episode, that if you were to watch it without, the end credits, without the intro to certain other episodes, you would realize, holy shit, this is like a movie. This is like watching a freaking movie. Because they connected one after the other. And it's so good. And it's so good in that manner, the way I've seen it, and I've shown it to Zara Nizarak, I've shown it to some other people here on YouTube, that I actually took the time and edited together my own copy of it. That's right. This is all final 4 episodes pieced together as a movie. It is. I even put a little bit of description down there and everything, but this is the whole series, the whole final episodes as a movie. Because that's how, in my sense, you need to view something like this, as a movie. Again, that's how I feel you need to view something like this, as a movie, because it's that good. I keep looking at it like this. I'm surprised ABC didn't take advantage, knowing that this would be like the final season. They didn't take advantage and say, hey, let's put this all together as a movie and let that be the finale on TGIF. Or let that be the finale on our Sunday movie presentations. I'm surprised they didn't do that. But still, everything going into Doomsday just clicked, and Doomsday Project itself just clicked. It was just too good of an episode not to click. Everything just worked. Everything building up to it worked. It was just that good. And I don't think I could say anything else and anything more about Doomsday Project than if they release this on Blu-ray, and it's just a re-release on Blu-ray, on a 1-disc Blu-ray of this, along with the special features, I would say this. If they're going to do that someday, re-release this along with the same features that they have on here, I would like to see some additional features. I would like to see sort of a feature that talks about how Doomsday Project came about and what was the idea leading up to it. I would like to see a feature on that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. But again, it was just that good. And I can tell you this, I remember specifically waking up that morning and watching Doomsday Project for the first time on television. I remember it. It was just so good. And I remember the episode, like I said, Spy Hog, that led up to it, and the ending that said next week Doomsday. Not many shows said, hey, next week Doomsday. They would say, something else. They wouldn't even mention the big finale. But that's how good it was, and that's how big this story was, and how everything just clicked and made it good. So, and again, I don't think there's any more I could say about it, except if you haven't seen it, watch it. You can find it here on YouTube, or you can find it on Netflix. And that's all I'm going to say, folks. You let me know what you think down below. What are your memories of Doomsday? Do you agree with what I have to say? I'll talk to you all later.